topic for you. Yes, yes, yes. Gonna kick this thing off in a few minutes.
All right, guys. Welcome. Thank you for joining. We're gonna go ahead and kick this thing off. Appreciate you guys for joining us today. We have an absolutely great topic today. Today's topic is the power of the tongue. Words shape your reality. All right? Gonna repeat that again. The power of the tongue. Words shape your reality. Welcome back for another powerful episode of J&amp Live Podcast.
Yes.
I'm your host, Broker J3, here with my beautiful co-host, Dr. B.
Hi.
And today, this one right here is about to shift some mindsets.
Yes, yes. So this evening, guys, we're talking about something that affects all of us, every single one of us, whether we realize it or not. The power of that tongue. Yes.
Yes, that's right. Y'all, we're about to dive deep into how words can actually shape our reality. And listen, now don't think it's just talk. What we say out loud, what we say to ourselves, and what we allow others to speak over us, it really matters. It can build us up or it can break us down. And let's be real. How many times have we said something either positive or negative and then watch what happened?
It happened. We're going to talk about it today. And while we're at it, if you're watching or listening, go ahead and show some love. I want you guys to hit that button, that like button. I want you to subscribe. And I want you to share this content with someone that you think that needs to hear it. Remember, the topic is the power of that tongue. Because this message, it is for everybody.
And also, guys, we got our fan lottery going. Give you guys a chance to win 150 beans. So make sure you guys check that out. If you're trying to win a couple of beans on our TikTok,
yes.
Our Bigo live today, go ahead and join in on that lottery. Okay?
Yeah.
All right now, and don't just listen to us today. Talk to us. Drop a comment. Drop a comment, guys. This is interactive. We tell you all the time. All right. What's something that you said, good or bad, then later came through. We want to hear it, so let us know when you let something come out your mouth, you manifested it, whether it was good or bad, and it came true. Let us know.
Okay. All right, Manuel Rodriguez, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Arthur Boyer, thank you guys for joining us. Now, first we're going to talk about word-shaped reality. We're going to get into the science and the spiritual power of your words. Okay, let's break this down, Broker J3. Words aren't just sounds that are coming out of your mouth. They have power. People don't realize that words have power. They affect how we think, how we feel, and even how other people see us, because based on what we say. Science even backs that up, Broker J3. Studies show that people who speak positively, affirm themselves, speak faith over their situation, tend to be more successful, healthier, and happier. Meanwhile, that negative talk is literally rewires your brain for stress and failure. It wears you down.
Come on, Doc B. So you telling me if I keep saying I'm broke, I can't do this, or I'm never gonna find the right person, I'm just feeding into my own reality?
Yes, you are. I've got a friend that every time you look around, she don't never have no money. She always broke. And I keep telling her, stop saying it. You're manifesting it. But you're right. Because your words shape your belief. And if your belief shapes your action, it's even biblical. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. It comes from Proverbs 18:21. If you keep saying something long enough, your mind and your body will believe it. And so will the world around you.
Wow. Wow. Now I need somebody in the comments to type "speak life" right now.
Yes.
Come on, guys. You guys just live with us right now. Type in that comment right now. Speak life. I want to see it in the comments. Speak life.
Yes.
That's what we want to see.
Yes. We need some comments. We want people to start manifesting and speak life over yourself.
Yeah,
you got to do it.
Put it in the comments, guys. There we go. Speak life. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we gonna do.
Positivity. Keep it going. Keep it going.
All right. Now, because listen, I learned this lesson the hard way, and this is facts. When I first got into real estate, I kept saying, "Man, I don't know how I'm gonna do this." And guess what? My results reflected my doubt. But when I started saying I'm the top broker, I'm broker J3. I know how I can close deal. I attract the right clients. Everything started to shift. Same me, different words, different outcome.
Same, yes. And I remember when I was coming up, I didn't have a lot, but I was the type of person that was very energized, and I was a go-getter. But if I had listened to all of the naysayers, I would probably be still in that first job that I had as a secretary. And God forbid, there's nothing wrong with being a secretary, but I wouldn't have taken the risk and taken the chances to go even further. And you also have to think about this, parents. Let's think about it, parents. What are you speaking over your kids? Are you calling them bad all the time? Oh, my kid's just bad. You can't say that. Are we saying you never listen? Be careful, because they'll live up to what you keep speaking. So you want to speak positivity over your kids. Don't go saying they're bad all the time. Speak that positive energy over them.
Yeah, I've seen it. I had a client once who grew up hearing, "You're just like your no good daddy."
Yeah.
How many of you women out there saying that to y'all kids? Now guess what? That's what he believed about himself for years. Because once he starts speaking a different narrative, that's when things start changing for him. But he's learned it from his parents calling him that when he was a child.
That is so real. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Kiki, for joining us. Thank you, William David Smith. Thank you, God. He said, "I am God. I am the Holy Ghost. God armies. It is time." In other words, speak that positivity over your life.
Yes, speak it.
Now, this is real, guys. Let's make this interactive. Have you ever been told you never would amount to anything? When you were coming up, you ain't gonna be nothing. You're gonna be just like your daddy. Or you ain't gonna be nothing. You just like your mama. Drop it in the chat. Also, tell me one negative phrase that you've heard that you need to stop saying. Maybe you've heard it, someone said it to you, or you've said it to someone else. I want to know what that negative phrase is.
Come on, guys, drop that in the comments.
Yes.
Tell us one of them phrases that you done heard before, or that you may be saying sometimes that you need to stop or kind of correct yourself. Go ahead and drop it in the comments, guys. We like to see it.
Yes. We want to know what you guys are thinking, because this is an informative podcast. Someone asked earlier, what do you guys do?
Somebody said the B word. Hey, I feel you. Sometimes you gotta kind of change that a little bit, you know?
Yeah, and like I said, you hearing that, it manifests itself into you. So sometimes you have to break that, and it creates that self-doubt. And so you have to be careful. Like I mentioned earlier, you have to be careful how you label your children. Because just think about it, if you're labeling them that way, what's going to happen? Someone else may do the exact same thing.
Exactly. All right, let's talk about it, guys. We're going to talk about breaking those generational curses with the words, because we just talked about how your parents started it off, saying either the kid, you kids are just so bad, and you just like your daddy, or whatever the case may be. So we're gonna get into how we can break those generational curses with those words. All right, Doc B, let's get even deeper, okay? We've all heard phrases like, "Our family has always struggled," or "We don't do business, we work jobs." That's generational programming. These words keep families stuck in a cycle.
Yes, it does. And I don't mean any harm, but sometimes when a family grows up and they grow up on some type of public assistance, that changes and it goes from generation to generation. Then you say to yourself, well, how can I break that gap? You got to want more and do more. So what we're going to do is, it doesn't stop with just money. It's not all about money all the time. How many people growing up here, marriage never works in our family. Men always cheat. And then you wonder why they keep experiencing broken relationships. Words carry weight. They mean a lot.
That's right. And I done heard women all the time, justify a man cheating. Well, he's just a man. It doesn't matter. It's a lot of men out here, a lot of us out here that's not cheating on our woman. So, just being a man doesn't justify, certain things that you do. So remember, those words are very powerful.
Yes, they are.
That's why I love affirmations. Try this. Instead of saying I'm always broke, say I'm learning financial discipline and I'm increasing my wealth. Instead of saying I can't catch a break, say blessings and opportunities flow to me.
Yeah. And so you're going to ask yourself, you're going to say that to yourself, but you're going to ask yourself, and if you're struggling to believe it, you may say it and say, well, I still don't believe it in the back of your mind. But if you keep saying it anyway, let's think about it. Faith comes by hearing, even if it's your own voice. So you still want to continue to say it. You want to speak that over your life. You want to speak those affirmations and keep moving forward.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
And so now let's think about the silent killer. That negative self-talk, which we often do so many times. That's why I was talking about speaking that into your life. Now let's get personal, Broker J3. Have you ever caught yourself speaking negatively about yourself and had to correct it?
Yeah, a few times. And even though I've caught myself, I realized what I was doing, because a lot of times it can happen subconsciously. You're not even thinking about what you're saying. Something bad can happen, and you can allow that negative situation to carry on further by feeding into it by the words that you speak.
Yeah. And I often do it when I forget something. I'll be saying, you done me, you forgot that. Because I forget things every now and then. That's why I have to write everything down. But I've got to start speaking positive about it, because that's normal for you to forget something every now and then.
Exactly.
So we often tend to do that, not just Broker J3 or me. Everybody tends to do that now, every now and then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And all the time, I used to say, man, I'm just not good at that, but now I say I'm learning and I'm improving every day.
Yeah.
That's just a simple change that makes a big difference. That small shift changes everything.
It does. And that's good. That's what you want to do. We're going to do a quick challenge, everyone. I thank you, Marad, Marky, Raina, Geraldo, Leon. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for the little badges, guys. Thank you. We got First Meet Charlie, Mr. Charlie. Thank you for joining us as well. Yvonne Jackson, Eric Lewis. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for being a part of the J&B family. Thank you guys. We appreciate your support, and we thank you for joining us on this hot topic this evening.
Exactly, guys. Remember to tap the screen. Let us know that you're still there. Remember, it's okay to send us a gift. We appreciate it. Every little bit counts. We appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving us and continue to do.
Okay, so we're going to do this quick challenge. Write down a negative thought that you often say about yourself. I share with you what I say about myself sometimes. Now, then you're going to rewrite it into a positive statement. Hold on to that. Keep it with you, because we're breaking negative self-talk today. We're stopping that. We're going to start creating more positive energy.
Exactly. Let's talk about it now. Speaking it into existence.
Yes.
Okay? That's what we're going to talk about right now. Speaking it into existence. Manifestation is real. It's real, guys. But let's be clear. It's not just wishful thinking. Speaking without action is just noise.
That is correct. Say that again for the people in the back. Say it again, Broker J3.
Manifestation is real. All right? If it's just wishful thinking, speaking without actions is just noise.
So make it mean something. So if you're, let's say that we said it for the people that was in the back.
Exactly. But you know what, Doc B? If you're speaking financial freedom,
okay,
but you're still spending recklessly,
it
won't work. If you're speaking a new career, that new job, whatever the case may be, but you're applying for jobs that don't fit what you're trying to manifest, you're just talking. Faith without works is dead.
Yeah, and I know y'all have heard that a lot. I say amen when it comes to faith without work is dead. So audience, what are you speaking into existence? What are you speaking? What are you saying? Drop it in the chat. Broker J3, what are you speaking into existence?
Well, for 2025, I'm speaking into having 20 closings. You guys may not know, but I am a real estate broker in Georgia, Florida, Alabama, South Carolina. I've been doing this for over 25 years. It's what I love to do. So I'm speaking that into existence, Doc B. I'm on track. I want to get that 20 closings before the end of this year.
Okay, all right now. Okay. So what I'm doing, I want to build some homes. So I'm going to speak that into existence and try to generate that positive vibe so I can move forward with that process. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, people. So when words hurt, how do you heal from those verbal wounds? Now we talked about that tongue. Yeah, we talked about the tongue. So how do you heal from those wounds? So sometimes we gotta heal from the words that are spoken over us. Have you ever had someone words cut you so deep? I mean, it just hurt your feelings, Broker J3.
Oh yeah. I had a teacher once that told me that I wouldn't be successful. A teacher told me once that I wouldn't be successful. Now, I think I was, it was in the 10th grade. I think I was taking a physics class. And I can't lie, I was struggling a little bit in this physics class. So, the teacher told me that you're never going to amount to nothing. And I was trying to explain to the teacher, I'm not sure if my life was taking me into somewhere where I needed the physics, but I knew that I wanted a good grade, but that's what they told me. And I ain't gonna lie, it kind of stuck with me for a few years, but I had to replace that lie with the truth. And I still graduated with honors.
Yeah. And so that's what I mean about when people speak things over you. And how do you heal from that? Because if you get so caught up in what they say, you believe them. Same thing with people that grow up or live in a certain area. Like, for instance, if you live in a rural area, a low income area, people say, well, she or he from that area, they ain't gonna never amount to nothing. That's what people do. Those words cut you into the point where you start believing what they say. But we're gonna heal from those wounds. That's what we want to discuss.
Okay, exactly. So guys, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna cut it short today. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. All right, we're gonna wrap this up today. We just wanted to put this out there to you guys to let you know that words are very powerful.
Yeah.
This was a very powerful episode. So make sure you hit that like, that share, that subscribe button, and remember that words are very powerful and they can shape your reality.
Yeah. And if you didn't learn anything or didn't have any other takeaway from this episode, remember this: your words create worlds. What you speak today will shape your tomorrow. Be intentional. Be intentional about what you say. Speak that positivity over your life, over your children. Because you don't want them to become what you're saying they're going to become. Same thing for you. So speak that positive energy over your life.
That's it, Doc B. And listen, y'all, this isn't just about motivational talk. This is about real life transformation. If you want to see a shift in your life, and you got to start right here and right now. You remember, take a time in your life where you have to ask yourself, is this what I want, and where do I want to go? Learn how to say the right things so that you can manifest it. Okay?
Yeah. And my comment, as we do this wrap up, if you don't have nothing nice to say, keep your mouth shut. Don't say nothing. Because when you have to think about shifting your speak. You shift your mindset. So positively, when you shift your mindset, you shift your actions. And actions, they determine results. So that's why you want to be careful about your tongue.
So here's what we want you to do, guys. Over the next 7 days, we challenge you guys to be intentional with your words.
Yes.
Catch yourself when you're speaking negatively about yourself, your finances, your family, and your future. Stop mid-sentence if you have to, and refrain from saying it and speak it into something powerful instead of something negative.
Positive, exactly. And better yet, write it down. You can keep a journal of how you're speaking and what changes when you shift.
All right, fam. Now it's your turn. We want to hear from you.
Yes.
Drop in the comments, guys. Drop it in the comments. What's one positive affirmation that you're committed to this week? Let's put it in the atmosphere together. Drop it in the comments right now, guys. We want to give you guys a couple of minutes to give us one positive affirmation that you guys want to commit to this week.
All right, Marcus, thank you for joining us. Thomas Morgan, Forrest Gump, thank you for joining us. Mommy Sarah, I want you guys to drop something in the comment. Let us know, Cook, what you're thinking. Ryan, let us know exactly what you guys are thinking. We would love to hear your comments, and we want that positive affirmation that you're committing to this week. Okay, you're gonna put it in the atmosphere, create those positive vibes. And guys, if this message spoke to you today in some way, in any kind of way, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with somebody who needs to hear this. Somebody you know has been stuck in a cycle of negative speech, doubting themselves, or just living under the weight of those words spoken over them. Be the person who helps them break free from that negative talk.
Exactly. And while you're at it, y'all already know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn those notifications on.
Yes.
And we're here every week, twice a week,
Yes.
bringing you the real talk that empowers, uplifts, and transforms, guys.
Yeah. And now listen, J&B Live isn't just a podcast. It's a movement. We're dedicated. Someone asked earlier, what type of podcast is this? We're dedicated to helping people shift their mindsets, elevate their lives, and walk in their purpose. And you can be a part of that moment in a few ways.
Exactly. First, if you've been blessed by this conversation, consider supporting the show. You can always send a gift. Let us know that you appreciate us. We appreciate you guys tapping the screen, showing your support, and sharing the live. Remember, every little bit counts, and it helps us to continue to bring you the quality content that you guys been receiving now for months.
Absolutely. And second, if you want to take this conversation further, we would love for you to do that. We've got exclusive contents that we've got coming up. We've got live workshops, and we got some coaching opportunities. We're going to actually give a free coaching session coming up soon. So make sure you follow us on social media for those updates, guys. Just follow us every, Broker J3 is going to give you those links to our different social media outlets and podcasts.
Exactly, guys. For most of all the social medias, you can catch us at Live with J&B, and that's the JANDB, Live with J&B, or you can check us out at J&B Live Podcast. Now, and that's all the social medias. Now, for some of you guys that don't always have the opportunity to check us out or catch us live, you can always catch us on your podcast network. You can catch us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
Yes.
Amazon Music, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio. You can catch us on anywhere that you guys get your podcast from. Just look for J&B Live Podcast. If you want to look for additional content other than our live programming, make sure you go over to YouTube and you check out our content on YouTube. We have a lot of great things on there besides our podcast live channel. And also, and third, if you're a business owner or entrepreneur looking to promote your brand, J&B Live is offering sponsorship opportunities. We believe in partnering with businesses and align with our mission to empower and uplift. So you can always email us, DM us for more details if you'd like to do so.
Okay. All right, guys. So now this has been a powerful discussion, and I already know that some of you are going to walk away from this episode speaking differently. You're going to think differently, and you're going to speak differently. In other words, when you know better, you do better. And that's what it's all about, transformation, one word at a time.
Absolutely. And on Thursday, we're going to keep that same energy going. We're diving into a great topic. I almost was going to share it with you guys, but I'm gonna hold it. But okay. You guys don't want to miss out on it. We're going to look forward to seeing you guys this Thursday at 6 p.m.
Okay, guys, make sure you're back here next time, same place. And until then,
I'm Broker J3.
and I'm Dr. V.
And
Let's talk about it. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate